What up, my hollow table heroes? Today I wanted to make a video going over some of the top defensive squads that we're seeing in the game right now. These are end game squads and are what I consider to be best put on defense. Personally, I hate having to go up against any of these squads. This list is not necessarily ranked as all of these teams are amazing. Just FYI, I'm not including Darth, Revan, and Malik or the General Anakin Skywalker squads. I think those squads are undisputed the best in the game and don't really need to be on this defensive list. If you don't want to watch this entire video, here's some screenshots of the squads we'll be covering. Let's start by looking at the Night Sisters. These ladies have been a top defensive squad for a long time in this game, and they've continued to remain at the top with the introduction of relics. The squad is best with Asajj Ventress as the leader, Old Daka, Mother Talzin, Night Sister Zombie, and Night Sister Spirit. The keys to making the Night Sisters such a nightmare is to have a really fast Night Sister Spirit and a really high health Old Daka. If you can get Old Daka some higher relic levels and some great mods, she becomes a beast to kill and constantly revives her Night Sister allies. A more recent strategy is to have really high offense on Mother Talzin. With this high offense, she can sometimes wipe out entire squads with one attack. The only Zetas that are really necessary to make this team dominant is the Asajj Leader Zeta, which helps to reduce enemy turn meter and gives your Night Sisters turn meter. Old Daka Zeta on her unique ability Serve Again is really good to have as well, as it gives Old Daka plus 10% max health stacking each time an ally revives, such as Zombie. This team is absolutely amazing. The next defensive squad we're going to cover is my favorite team, General Grievous and his droids. The squad should be General Grievous lead, B1 battle droid, B2 super battle droid, and IG-100 Magna Guard. The 5th slot is open. Droideka is common and can dish out some heavy damage, but Droideka isn't always the best option in my opinion. I think the best droid for the 5th slot is Wat Tambor. Wat will give his tech to Magna Guard at the beginning of the battle and turn Magna Guard into an absolute beast of a tank. You're going to want to mod General Grievous with as much health as possible, since his damage is actually based on his max health. The only Zetas you really need are General Grievous's unique Zeta, Metalloid Monstrosity, which will allow General Grievous to take a bonus turn each time one of his droid allies dies. If you can, put the Zeta on B1 Battle Droid as well. His Zeta gives him an additional 50 stacks, making him much more effective. Really, with high relics and good mods, there isn't a great counter to beat General Grievous and his droids other than like Darth Revan and Malik, but that makes this squad an obvious choice for defense. Now let's take a look at the Galactic Republic. The best defensive lineup is Padme Amidala lead, General Kenobi, Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka Tano, and C-3PO. This Galactic Republic lineup is very hard to beat. Padme Amidala's leadership gives lots of bonus protection up to the team, and while they have protection up, they resist debuffs. They also have a lot of offense in Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano assisting. The necessary Zetas for the squad are both of the Zetas on Padme Amidala, General Kenobi's Zeta Sorasu, which allows him to taunt more frequently, and then Ahsoka Tano's Daring Padawan, which will cause her to continually assist. When modding this team, you should aim to have high health on each character. This will give them the most protection up. You will also want Jedi Knight Anakin with as high a relic level and offense as possible. I've gotten stuck behind this team and unable to beat it in Grand Arena recently. It's terrible. The next squad we're going to discuss are the Geos. Recently, people have suggested not using this team on defense because Darth Traya is a hard counter, but there's a workaround I'm going to tell you about that turns this team back into a defensive monster. The key is to get high offense mods and high relic levels on your Geo Spy. This will allow your Geo Spy to be able to one-shot characters on the Traya squad, effectively shutting down that counter. The great thing about the Geos is there's only one Zeta required to make this team amazing, and that's a Zeta on Brood Alpha's Queen's Will. This will summon the taunting Geo Brute at the start of battle. These bugs are extremely hard to get through. They constantly heal, they assist, and they deal tons of damage. They're just a great defensive squad. Finally, let's look at the Bounty Hunters. The Bounty Hunters have been a top defensive squad for a long time. In my opinion, the best lineup is Jango Lead, Bosk, Boba Fett, and Dengar. The fifth slot is open. Sometimes I'll throw in Greedo or Embo, however a common fifth tune is Enfys Nest. I prefer to use Jango Lead because of the extra speed bonus that he grants to Scoundrel allies, including Nest. The necessary Zetas for this squad is Bosk's Zeta on Trandoshan Rage. This allows Bosk to keep taunting if his taunt gets dispelled. If you do use Enfys Nest, I recommend the Zeta on her Fighting Instinct as well. As far as modding goes, you're going to want high tenacity and health mods on both Bosk and Nest. And Nest also likes a little bit of offense as well. The other bounty hunters should have potency and damage mods. It should go without saying, but whenever you're playing PvP, keep in mind that you always want speed on your characters. Speed really does dominate PvP play. This bounty hunter squad is quite a good defensive team, especially with Bosk. Bosk can be such a beast of a tank. I want to show one more squad as an honorable mention. I faced this squad in my last Grand Arena, and I was surprised at how well they did. The squad is Newt Gunray Lead, Count Dooku, Wat Tambor, L337, and Vandor Chewbacca. As you can see in this video, Wat Tambor gives tech to L3 and she becomes a better tank, and then he gives it to Dooku and he becomes much better offensively. Count Dooku puts himself, Newt, and Wat Tambor under stealth. Newt Gunray uses his extortion to tear apart the enemy team. Count Dooku constantly counterattacks and stuns. Vandor Chewbacca's pretty much there just to keep L3 alive and to support his other scoundrel allies. I was so surprised by this team. I'm actually working on building it for myself. It's just got a lot of really fun mechanics going on. Alright guys, I hope that this list was helpful. Let me know down in the comments if there are any other great defensive teams that you have seen or that you like to use. And may the Force be with you.